There are big changes coming in pensions. From 2016, in comes a new single flat rate payment based on what you put in, what you and only you contribute over the years. But this means cuts to what some British families abroad are entitled to. The government says there are 220,000 people living outside the UK who get some kind of pension top-up. They can claim up to £3,500 a year. It's called the Married Persons Allowance. It costs the government about £410 million a year. But this is a payment based on what a husband, and it is overwhelmingly husbands, have contributed.
Going forward, your own pension will depend on what you've put into the system. If you live in this country and you've paid national insurance, you'll get a pension. If you've been at home with children and not paid national insurance, but you get credits, that will protect your record. So most of this is about people who've perhaps never paid into the system, most of whom are not in the country at the moment.
People like this British man in the Philippines will lose out. He's been married to his Filipino wife for 12 years.
When I die, my wife will get nothing. So basically, she's going to starve and die because she is 54 years old. She has no hope of getting any work in this country. She relies on the pension that I will be getting.
This is one part of a much bigger change to pensions, which will affect married couples whether they live abroad or not, whether they're both British or one is foreign.
I think it's interesting that they've chosen to make this announcement in this way and to focus in particular upon foreign nationals or people who've never lived in the UK. And this could be construed as pushing perhaps slightly nationalistic buttons in the present political climate.
The savings from foreigners getting a pension are relatively small, but the government's chosen to highlight this part of the change as it continues to come under pressure over taxpayer-funded benefits and welfare for people from abroad.
It's clear that the government believes with the increase in so-called internet weddings, there are a number of British men with foreign wives who are taking advantage of this loophole. But the reality is also that British women living abroad and here in the UK will be affected equally by the ending of this payment. Robin Brandt, BBC News, Westminster.